I'm gonna make this video as brief and as just quick as possible as I can. All right. So as much as I enjoy PlayStation, I've spent a lot of money. All right. I spent a lot of time on doing an account. Now, I just want to say this also really quick before I continue with what I'm about to say. If someone spends all the money on one account or has other people spend money for them, no matter what the example, just spending a lot of money and time and even getting trophies on an account. If that account gets banned for, let's say, a similar reason to why I got banned a couple times, and the account gets temporarily suspended or so, or depending on the situation, if they get banned no matter what though, but depending on it, what would happen to all of their stuff? And how is that fair for spending all that money and time on the game if if it's an unrightful reason, then they should get their money back and all the stuff back, and maybe even their account back. But like me, for example, and I shouldn't have got banned in the first place, and neither have should anybody else that's in that situation. But if it's for a reason where they're actually harassing someone, or they are, I don't know any really examples that I can really get into, but anyhow, if the situation goes to, if there's a reason why they should be banned, then in that case, I don't think it would be completely fair if they got fully banned while spending money and time and maybe even getting trophies with an account. But at the same time, it is kind of rightful and deserved if they're not going to follow the rules and play fair with everybody. It's completely understandable. Anyhow, anyway, my last video I said I was going to completely stop playing PlayStation. And I don't know how many strikes and how many times you can get banned before it permanently bans you, because I know that it's like a week and then a month and then you get a full on ban. That's what I thought at first. Turns out I'm only banned for a whole week. I'm not sure what's going on at the PlayStation headquarters or anything at PlayStation or whatever's going on there. All I know is I was unrightfully banned for the third time. It's almost as if all these people can do all this type of stuff and all these people can do this on YouTube. Same situation. All these people can do all of it, but when I maybe even barely do the same thing that they're doing, but not as stupid, but not also as harassment, but more of criticism than anything, I get banned. So along with being allowed to say anything, you know, it's kind of an interesting decision from YouTube and PlayStation to firstly YouTube to let all of that happen. But I bet you if I did anything similar to what they're doing, my channel wouldn't, be doing as good, or I'd be blacklisted. Although I already am, but that doesn't affect me. But when it comes to PlayStation, that's a whole entire different issue, because that is one of the things that I've been playing for over a decade. That is one of my childhood systems, along with some Nintendo ones, but along with being something that's helped me and propel me to being one of the most well-known games in the gaming community and Call of Duty community. And I didn't ask for any of it. I just asked for, you know, for people to come together as a community. And as I talked about in a failed community that I tried to start way back then, um, because of some of the people that weren't down to do it and weren't down to do all of that stuff. Um, it just goes all into stuff that I've been trying to build for years and all the stuff that I've been really trying to do. So I've been thinking, and I'm going to reconsider what I was going to do in my decision. And instead of what I said in the video where I was going to completely quit, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to quit. I'm going to continue playing until I'm permanently banned. Because every single time that I've gotten banned, I would love to go to PlayStation and even look at evidence and proof that they have, because I know they're the ones that made the console, they're everything there. I would love to see and work things out with them and really try to see where they're thinking what I did wrong, because it always seems like all these people can get away with everything because they're the ones pressing the report button. See, if I was pressing the button, I still wouldn't have anything been done, and I bet you that if I were to use any of that, nothing would have been done. It's funny how every time I talk about something like this, people are like, "Oh, that's right." But it always has to have people to actually, more people to really put the message out there and for them to do a certain thing. But it always comes back as something bad happens to the people, because they're the ones protesting. They're the ones trying to get people to listen. With the whole George Floyd thing, people didn't like that and people wanted to, protest about it. It's many of these examples that all these higher up people and these random people get away with all these things. And some of us don't choose to do anything about it. Some of us protest about it. Some of us speak out about it. Some of us do something about it. And some of us fight against the people doing something about it along with the people at the higher ups. And it just creates a lot of this BS that doesn't need to happen. So to me, where I stand and where I'm at is, if I get permanently banned, I'm just not going to play PlayStation. So basically what I said the last time, but instead I'm going to be moving consoles. I just can't believe that I'm saying that sentence, because people are sensitive, and there's absolutely no way that someone can get offended by words on a screen on the internet. People that aren't even face to face with them are getting offended by stuff that that is happening on a screen, on electronics, because some people are so attached to electronics that that's how it is nowadays. And so I think the best decision is, if PlayStation doesn't want me to use their game, and if PlayStation really doesn't want me on the platform, slash console, then I have no problem on walking out of, I don't even know how many years I had a PS2, PS3, PS4. It goes, my first PlayStation that I've gotten from one of my parents, or both of them, I don't know, was back in 2013. That was a PlayStation 3, along with playing my first Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And that was a while ago. And that's when I started really getting into gaming online with other people. Because before that, I was playing Nintendo and playing offline games, if that makes sense. A little bit of, stuff there. But that year was really the start of something that was going to be big. 4 years later, I would not be expecting, a lot of drama to happen, 4 or 5 years later. And then, basically since that year, it's kind of been getting bad. And then eventually got even worse for me. And then by 2020 is when I know it was a lot of fakeness going on. And fake, sub bots, fake view bots, fake subscribers and such. So it wasn't really doing anything to me, especially when the person became so obsessed with me, and even coming back to my channel, that I've moved to 2 separate channels since then, and he's still watching my content. To think that someone has no life to the point where they're so angry about nothing, and knowing that person is just like one of the people that is, it's like a stereotype, but it's worse, because it's just so embarrassing to know that a human being really sits there on the internet every single day, gets their Twitter suspended, and doing all of these things, still a child, not grown up. And that's a whole completely different situation. going back to my point though, to think that I've been on PlayStation for this long and them banning me for the first time because someone got offended is very stupid. It's very out of place. It's very unnecessary. It's almost like they just listen to the report and just do whatever they're told. It's almost like, hey, report this guy or take this guy's account down for a week or suspend him. I'm reporting him because of this. And then they're just like, okay, sure. They don't even look at it. They don't do anything about it, and they just let it happen. It's almost like I'm making like a Core extension video, but instead of YouTube, on PlayStation. Sad part is technically I made a video about YouTube also, so it's not YouTube's fault entirely, because there is some people that are still going to be doing things even though YouTube is maybe doing what they can. Although I highly doubt that in a couple situations that it's more of YouTube's fault for not taking action and instead me having to do everything. And I'm kind of tired of that happening. So instead, obviously I've already made my decision to do whatever the fuck I want, and it's as simple as that. So, going back to the original point of this video, if I am not able to play PlayStation, even though I've had countless accounts, countless different trophies, countless different hours on different games, countless games that I've bought, countless amount of cash that I put in PlayStation, thousands of dollars. Just for example, if I'm not allowed to play a fucking game without anybody being sensitive, then you might as well take all of your games down. Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, take GTA even. You're going to let GTA be allowed. You're going to let the online servers of GTA be allowed. You're going to let hacking be allowed and all this modding be allowed. But yet, when it's the smallest thing that someone complains about, you're okay with letting the person that reported it, person A reporting person B, you're going to let them get their way without not hearing the other side of the story. And you don't have to, right? Because you don't got the time for it. You're trying to get all these hackers. No. There's no excuse why a decision was not revised. A decision so simple that doesn't take much time. It's sad. But finishing what I was going to say. If I'm not able to play PlayStation, if they ban me one more time, because I believe this is the second time, I might have been banned one more time. But I'm going to give them one more chance after this. When I return to gaming, if they do the same exact thing that they've done 3 fucking times in a row, I'm going straight to Xbox. I just do not care. You know, YouTube hasn't been really saying much. They haven't sent me anything. The only time they send me something is when WWE takes down a freaking random video of mine, or when I get copyright claimed because people are just greedy and unfortunately don't make a penny, so they try and make as much money as possible and then spend it on unnecessary things, as most people do with the money that they get, if they get money, that get mad at me for no reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Is if PlayStation doesn't want me to play their game, I'm going to put up my gloves and that, tie up the shoes, and I'm going to be done with PlayStation, and I'm going to be moving on to Xbox. Now, let's think ahead right quick. Let's just step forward into the future a little bit and see, or let's just see something right quick. I don't know how to word this out, but basically, if I go to Xbox and the same thing happens, what will I do then? In that case, if I get banned just once, just once, then I'm going to quit PlayStation and Xbox. I will not be playing them at all. I'm not going to do anything with PlayStation or Xbox. I'm going to be selling all of my stuff from it and for it. I'm just done with it. And I'm just going to move on to other things. Simple as that. I'm tired of not being able to play video games because other people's experiences, they these people think their experiences get ruined because of stuff that's happening in real life affecting them, and stress and stuff that's happening in their real life. And so they lash out on other people that they don't even know, and even people that they do know, and they get mad at other people, and then they spam report, and then they get their way. I'm not really having that though. So if that's how the community and everybody is now on PlayStation and Xbox, whatever the case may be, I'm good. All y'all can do whatever you want. I'll just go to PC and Nintendo. And if the same thing happens on those two, well, shoot, maybe I'll be done with gaming. But overall, I'm tired of people being. I just what is people's mental capacity, and why is it work such a certain way now? Like, why now? I feel like humans are supposed to evolve, not devolve. Who the frick is freaking God person be on us or something? Like this generation, not us as in this generation, because I'm before this generation, but like someone been pressing B and devolving everybody, because I swear we're going back into evolution with the way things are going. It's like we must have been smarter then than now or something, or I don't even know. Either way, on the topic of gaming and everything there, I'm going to go to PlayStation for now as my main one. If not PlayStation, Xbox. If not PlayStation or Xbox, PC and Nintendo. If not either of those, none. And then I'll be done. But looking at as a whole, another thing that I was going to say is, or someone might ask, why not just make an alternate account and just keep playing? That is true, and I've considered it, but I'm tired, because I know that for a fact it is not just video games that are getting affected by this. It's a worldwide thing that's happening around the world, and it's not just video games in this situation of things. And I really don't have the time for it. I'd rather be enjoying my time doing anything else, because if video games aren't going to be something that I can just chill sit back to anymore, I'll just do something else. I mean, you know how many things there is to do when people spend all their time playing video games, and you realize that everybody that gets mad at me about a video game spends their whole lifetime on video games. So it's there. So yeah, that's the type of people now. Crazy. It's like COVID killed all the good fucking smart people. Not good people, smart people. People with the brains. People that actually think. It's like the people left are all dumb mini apes. Anyway, I don't know. I don't get how people can be offended by words, because if that is true, why are you on the internet? If the internet doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't leave a positive effect on you, or if it's not doing anything good for you, why are you on it? You're just gonna make it worse. I mean, you trying to make it worse? Because that's what's gonna happen if it ain't doing anything good for you. And I'll admit, I know it's not the internet. To me, this is how I feel. I know it's not the internet, it's the people. And I'm chilling. I mean, this is how people are. So it again, it doesn't affect me. I'm chilling. Everything's good with me. So um yeah. Nothing else to really say about this. But that's all I got to say about gaming. I just wanted to say that, um, just for future reference and just in general, if any of that stuff happens to happen, I mean, shoot, I'll have more money to freaking save on some other stuff and get some other things with it after selling a PlayStation, because I am just some of my best memories, some of my best times were on video games, on PlayStation, on freaking on video games, but PlayStation for sure has a lot of good memories with it. But if I have to say goodbye, not because necessarily PlayStation, but people more than PlayStation, even though obviously it takes two of the people reporting and PlayStation's team to for that problem to occur, then it's just something that if they don't fix it, I'm done with it. Um so, that's all I got to say about that. Um and that's pretty much the whole thing for gaming. If any of you guys are interested in the topic, if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or anything you guys want to say, let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss, let's talk, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm always down. So, see you guys in the comments, chat, wherever. And it's been your boy, the homie Zach710.